story today is called The Flood, okay? And what we're going to be learning to do today with our reading is what you tell me, what do good readers do? What do good readers do?
They read nicely.
What does that mean, they read nicely? What do you have to check when you're reading?
On the words.
Check that the words look right. Yeah. What else? What else do we have to do when we're checking to make sure we're a good reader? We have to check. We have to listen to our own reading to check that it sounds right, and that's what we're going to be learning to do today. Okay? We're checking that our reading sounds right, and we're checking that our reading looks right. So that's what I want you to be focusing on when we read today. Okay? This is Sam and Rachel. Sam and Rachel are the children, and then we've got Mum and Dad there on the steps as well. Okay? Right, turning over the page. So the water's coming up into the house. Now actually just flick back and I want to show you this house has got two stories. Flick back here. This house has got two stories. It's got an upstairs and a downstairs. And in the downstairs, who can tell me what room it is on the downstairs? Who can read the sign? So you can all start quietly reading the first page for me.
It had been when no one can have a drink of water, said that it isn't clean. And the phone is dead, said Mum.
I like the way you are really looking at your reading, and when you came to that word isn't, I like how you just looked for the parts in it that you knew. I could see you thinking there with that, Campbell. I want you to check your story again, and I want you to read from here, I know, and Shyla, you can read as well, and you can follow with your eyes, Hayley and Campbell. I want you to read that sentence again for me, and just check that your reading looks right, okay? So just go back and have another read of that sentence.
Help me get everything out of the downstairs playroom.
Good spotting. I know you changed down, when you read it you said down steps, and you changed it now to downstairs because you are looking at the word and you're looking at what you're reading and asking yourself, does it look right? I want you to try on this page to run the first two words of every line together. So it will be then Spot, said Sam, Spot has. Okay, so we're practicing that our reading is sounding smooth. Okay, off we go. Then Spot.
Then Spot.
Stop, listen, look at me. Then Spot. You say it back to me.
Then
Spot. Okay, now have another go.
Then
Spot. What did Spot do?
Bark and bark.
Fantastic, so we're going to go back and read that again. Then, look at me.
Then
Spot barked and barked. Now we're going to read it.
Then Spot barked and barked.
Oh, that's much better. Beautiful, smooth reading. Let's go. Okay, so this is an activity that's going to help us to have a think about what we've read in the story, okay? So for our first question on it, it talks about our white hat and our black hats, okay? Our white hat is our hat where we're thinking about the facts. What are the things that happened in the story? And our black hat is when we're thinking about problems they might have had, okay? So the first question says, put your white hat on to answer this question. Why did the house flood? So why did the house flood? Have a think about it. You just have a bit of thinking time.
That one?
Keep looking through your book and see if you can find the page where we found those problems.
Because I wanted to say the toys and don't get the toys wet or anything.
Yes, that's right. So you can list one of those things. Fantastic. Good thinking, Romy. That was the page, wasn't it? So what were they having to do?
The battery was dead and the dad couldn't drink any water.
So that's three things we've thought of as a group, isn't it? The first one was that the toys might get wrecked from the flood water. The second thing was that the phone was dead, wasn't it? Because the phone won't work anymore because of the water flooding. And the third thing was because the water turned all muddy and brown so they can't drink it. So they were three things. And then your last part of your activity is to do some green hat thinking and draw another way the family could have got away from their flooded house. Beautiful pictures.